And as far as camaraderie, I think the guys have always felt confident in Sawyer's ability to throw the ball. With today's social media, they did their homework when he decided to come to Kentucky, and they saw him and some of the things he did at Troy. So, I think they felt real good about it. And, what he did in camp to put himself in a position to be the backup and then have the opportunity that he had this past weekend and play as well as he did, I think that was just a stepping stone for him and a confidence builder for not only the receiving corps but for our football team.
The work he put in receivers this summer, building that timing and all those types of things, the little idiosyncrasies and things when it comes to throwing football and catching the football.
Right, the nuances, just those little things, and those are big, and that's when you develop it in the summer, in those off seasons. But I think he's continued to do that throughout these 3 weeks of the season, and the guys have a lot of confidence in him. Again, what he did Saturday night, ain't a lot of people in this country go around and say their first college pass was a touchdown, and Sawyer Smith's one of those guys, so we got to do our job this week, because we got a formidable opponent with Florida coming in here that is going to be a big game, our first SEC game, and as wide receivers we got to go out and make plays regardless of who's throwing the ball to us.
Talk about the beastly things that Ahmad Wagner is doing right now. I call them beastly.
He's using his God-given ability and some of the God-given attributes that he has. That's I think I try and tell every guy. You talking about Ahmad Wagner, I'll go to Akeem Hayes, who's probably our smallest wide receiver, but probably our quickest wide receiver. That's your attribute is your quickness, and Ahmad's attribute is his size. You need to play to that strength, and so far he's done that. The thing that I'm really, really proud of Ahmad is that he is continually getting better at just the details of route running. You guys haven't seen a lot of him because we've just been throwing him fade routes, but he can do other things, and if we can continue to develop him and get him to the level he needs to play at in this league, he'll have an opportunity to go on to the next level.
How athletic do you have to be a contributor in the Big Ten for basketball and then transfer over to football and play in the SEC?
I think you got to be one heck of an athlete. During my days at K-State, I had a couple buddies of mine who were basketball players that came out and played football, and we kind of give them a hard time because they're not used to the physicality. But when you see them, when they did get in the football shape like Ahmad has, and you watch them use their bodies as they might on a basketball court, on the football field, it's pretty impressive. Been a good friend of Tony Gonzalez's for a long time, and played some charity basketball games with him back in Kansas City, and let me tell you, he's probably one of the better athletes I've ever been around, and he was a tremendous football player.
Antonio Gates,
same way, big guys. I mean, Vince Merrill, Vince was a heck of a, we played pro ball together, and he was a heck of a tight end for us in Kansas City, and I just think like anything, an athlete is an athlete, but the intestinal fortitude that those guys bring to the table in football, that's what separates them.
Do you have to do something special as coaches in the off season to kind of remind guys, hey, get your work in with all every tier of the depth chart, because you just don't know?
We don't really enforce it on them, but I think these guys are out here working so long that they get that opportunity, to take passes from each quarterback. I'll tell you this. In my time here, Walker Wood, who's now, in the mix as a backup, I'll look out my window when I'm up here, just come and get something over the summer, and Walker's out there throwing every day, and he'll pick one of the wide receivers to go out with, and that's good, man. That's what you want from not only your quarterbacks but from your wide receivers and your team. Those guys out there just getting to know each other better.